I teach Greek mythology every semester, and one of my favorite deities is Dionysus. And I know that sounds cliche. Who doesn't love Dionysus? But there's some very different reasons to look at him. Hey, I'm Dr. Nan. I'm a religionist, mythologist, and ancient historian, and I teach in the College of Liberal Arts. So Dionysus, stereotypically, is the god of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, basically. He's the god of intoxication. He's the god of freedom. In Rome, he was called Liber. He is the god of letting go. And he's really important because psychologically, especially in cultures where groups are tightly controlled, you gotta have a release valve or people go a little nutty. Dionysus created that release valve. So the story of Dionysus, in a nutshell. Once upon a time, Zeus sees a beautiful Phoenician princess named Semele, and he goes to her. Of course, dressed down a little bit, because, you can't expose yourself as a full god all the time, but he goes to her and he says, hey, I'm a god. Want to get it on? And she capitulates. She says, okay, fine, you're a god. How can I say no? But Hera gets wind of this, and Hera's not happy about it. She's never happy about his affairs. And unfortunately, she takes out her anger on the women and children that come from these affairs. She goes to Semele dressed as one of her handmaids. And she says, oh, mistress, be very careful. Just because a guy says he's a god doesn't make him a god. I mean, come on. How many times has that been used? Semele is like, yeah, you kind of right. I mean, I'm not married to him, and this could be a huge shame. So Hera says, I tell you what, here's how we figure out who this guy is, really. Next time he comes to you, ask him for a boon, a gift. But before you make your demand, tell him to swear on the river Styx, and then ask him to reveal his full godhood, the full Zeus. Semele takes this advice, and Zeus comes to her and she says, oh, if you're a god, and I am here just a young lady, deeply controlled by my culture, and if anybody finds out that I gave myself to some dude, there will be great shame upon myself, upon my family. Horrible things will happen. So if you're a god, you should be able to prove it by giving me a great gift. And Zeus says, okay, not a problem. What? And Semele says, You're not whizzling out of this one. I want you to swear on the river Styx that you will give me whatever I want. So Zeus, I swear on the river Styx, I'll give you whatever you want, because I am Zeus. And Semele says, okay, reveal to me your full godhood. Now Zeus knows what this is going to do. He realizes that to a full mortal, this isn't going to get ugly. And he says, well, lady, I mean, I want to give you whatever you want. But this is not going to go well. And Semele says, you swore on the river Styx. I'm waiting. And Zeus says, okay, here it is. And Zeus reveals his full godhood. Unfortunately, Semele is fully mortal. She cannot withstand the bright light, the glory, etc. And her body begins to burn. And Zeus, seeing the young Dionysus, that infant, in her belly, pulls it from her belly and puts it in his thigh. And Dionysus continues to gestate in the thigh of Zeus until he is born. Another story says that Persephone gave birth to Dionysus with Zeus as the father. There's a whole other problem there, but that's for another time. And during the Titanomachy, the great war with the Titans got a hold of Dionysus and tore him apart. And Zeus, in his mourning, took the heart of Dionysus and fed it to his new paramour, Semele. And that's how she became pregnant with Dionysus. And the rest of the story is told the same way. So Dionysus is deeply connected to the underworld through Persephone, through the part where he went back to get his mom, Semele, through his transcendence, that communion with the deity that helps you move beyond the self, and theater. Because transcendence comes in theater as well, that live something happening in that space. But that's all for part 2 tomorrow. Until next time, stay curious, keep asking questions, and I'll catch you later.